I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. A bitch has been on this earth 15, 16 years.
He's ready.
You are limited to think that you gotta wait for a hoe to be 18 for it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown hoes.
The new Corey Holcomb PDF receipts have hit the timeline, and it's probably worse than the last ones.
You ever looked in a daughter room who almost grown?
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
You said what?
Jesus.
This shit go out.
You know what's amazing? In 3 weeks, we're going to see this whole episode on SVU. A kid cracking jokes.
Unless it was a party.
Come here, boy, let me show you how to.
I don't like
Is that a good thing to do?
No.
Because my son is coming to town this week. He's 16. Should I take him somewhere?
What? No.
We got these bathhouses out here.
Are you
Get
serious?
his ass washed by a bitch.
I don't think
At
so.
16?
No, I don't think so. Unless
Just
he's
relax and let it happen, boy.
No, if he was 18, maybe.
Crying a little bit.
What's that 16-year-old kid look when they getting their ass washed by a grown bitch?
Uh-oh.
Let us scrub you.
Or you
Wait,
stop squirming.
does
He be looking at you, you be like this.
Right.
He's crying, he's sniffling?
Let it happen.
At some point, we have to start asking, what's the punchline? What was the punchline if these were jokes? Corey Holcomb asking the room if anybody else has ever looked in the room, all right, of an underage girl who was the daughter of a woman he was dating, and they was like, right, no. Right? Or Corey Holcomb saying that he wants to get his son sexual experience with grown women on his 16th birthday. Like, things like that.
Didn't Boosie do something like that? Say something like that? I think Boosie was talking about, like, getting his son some cheeks at like 16 or something, like orchestrating it or something like that.
To me, it's like, hey, bruh, what's the punchline? If you were joking, tell me the punchline though. What was the dun-dun? Because there was none. I didn't see one or hear one.
Something? Anybody want to talk about that?
I didn't hear
Wait,
the question.
what? We're just gonna...
Any of the you with their kids saw you naked or something?
Wait.
No.
This must be why his old co-host is no longer on the podcast, because dude was not going for none of that Corey Holcomb stuff. Yo, look at the level of disgust, the level of absolute disgust on his face when Corey Holcomb said that. Why in the world would the woman you're dating kids be able to say they have seen you naked? Like, well, what? Like, what's going on here? There's no excuse for it to happen once, okay? Which is why I understand Zoe's disgust. But Corey Holcomb has told multiple stories like this. The first story we heard in the last video where we examined the PDF receipts that have hit our timeline, he talked about how, like, the 15-year-old, right, like the daughter was 15, you know, and she came in the room and she hopped under the covers and he was butt naked with nothing on. Now he's about to tell a story where this time around the story involves a 9-year-old.
No, never.
It was an accident, but it happened.
Yeah, almost.
One day the kids walked in the room and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
What? And you was like, what?
One of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, what? What did she see? What? So this is not the first time he's told that story. This is not the only time, because this is actually another clip of him saying the same thing, I believe.
Accident, but it happened.
Yeah, almost.
One day the kids walked in the room and me and the mama was under the cover naked, and then one of the little girls got under the cover and was like, "Oh," I was like, "Yeah."
Wow.
I'm in here too. How old was the little girl?
Probably about 9.
Oh, she wasn't that young.
She saw why her mama ain't charging me no rent.
He was like 3 or some shit. She's like, "Mommy."
Hold on, bro. This is
Exactly. You would think that would be a 3-year-old, a baby or something. You know what I'm saying? What grown adults is sitting there, bro? You know what I'm saying? Allowing, okay, y'all laying in the bed butt naked, right? Y'all done did what y'all did. Y'all did the do. right? Why is y'all letting y'all kid just come jump into bed like that, bro? They not even supposed to even come in the room. This is not even the biological father. Not like that would make it any better. You know?
The second time Corey Holcomb have accidentally been viewed naked by a woman he's dating child.
Yeah, so he said this one was 9. And then, but this is 2 different stories. Because if I recall, he said the other one was like 15. He said this one was 9, and then he also had told a similar story just like this that I just thought was the same one. I'm kind of distracted. I got a lot going on right now. Live on like 5, 6 different platforms. Make sure y'all tap in. TYP Cam everywhere, bro. So this is a whole different scenario with a different woman and her child? Oh no.
Now, I would assume he's talking about 2 different women because it was 2 different girls, right? 2 different ages.
Man, C. Kelly is in full effect, man. You know what I'm saying? C. Kelly, man.
How many times does this have to happen before we say this? Maybe this ain't an accident, man. Maybe you are intentionally putting yourself in this situation. Because this don't sound right, bruh.
That happened to me for real. One day I was living with this lady, and her daughters crawled in the bed, and I ain't have on shit.
Yeah.
I was up under the cover.
Wow.
And I was like, oh shit. And one of her daughters was like,
rest in peace.
Her daughter was, she was in high school. I think she was 15. Still not legal.
Yeah, 15.
You just can't tell your true thoughts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is. So there's a 9-year-old and a 15-year-old and a 13-year-old in Iceland, and a 5-year-old that he was sexualizing. It gets worse.
Her daughter was gonna be thick like her mama. I know that much.
Thick like her mama, huh?
I can't tell you one person.
But you just can't say your true thoughts. You said your true thoughts right there. You know?
That this situation has happened to. Yet alone somebody that it has happened to multiple times.
I want to say to that little 16-year-old girl who was arguing with me, you born to lose, bitch. You're gonna lose. I can tell how you are. I'll be there when you lose, too.
Can you imagine if this in there like,
I'm gonna find your back page handle, and I'm gonna get at you, goddammit. When you sodomize a little boy, but it make a different sound, too.
No, don't.
When you sodomize a little... You know Corey Holcomb went too far with that one. When you got Darlene saying, Corey, Corey, no, that's not good to say, Corey. This is... Yo, it's such a treasure trove.
Yo, Chad, is the stream lagging? Did it just lag for you?
Corey Holcomb and his minions, right, and his cult followers, alleged cult followers, obviously, right, because, it's all alleged. They would defend this by saying, Corey Holcomb just is an edgy joker. He's an edgy comedian. All right.
Let me tell you something. America, guess what? Guess what, America? All you dumb who ain't never left the hood. I understand why you feel the way you feel, because Master taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages.
Bro, what are you talking about? So, bro, the stream is lagging? Let me know. It seems okay. No noticeable lag? Okay. If anything, I think the slave master taught you good, my boy. My shit is lagging. Let me refresh it. If anything, I think the slave master taught you good, because this is what they used to do to people. This is what they used to do to black people. This was, you know what I'm saying? This was common back in the day, bro. Like it was never a big deal in the court of law legally. It's never ever in life been a big deal. even to this day, people don't really get a whole bunch of time for sex crimes and this, that, and the third, messing with minors and rape and all that, bro. You know? Only when it comes to like kidnapping, then you might actually like seriously do some time behind it. You know? But this, y'all know how crooked the world used to be back in the day, bro. This stuff was common. And who was doing it? The usual suspects. So he talk about y'all ain't never left the hood. Well, what the fuck does that have to do with niggas in the hood, bro? Because they not out here interested in young girls, bro. That don't even make no sense, bro. Talk about the slave master taught you good to not mess with anyone under the age of 18 and but once you step outside the country, right, it's fair game. Like, what are you talking about, dude? This man is 50 something years old, bro, almost 60.
That taught you the way he taught you. But if you ever leave out the United States of America, you will find out this is fair game at all these ages that is talking about right now. A bitch has been on this earth 15, 16 years.
He's ready to.
Corey Holcomb said with a straight face, the reason why we aren't attracted to kids is because Massa brainwashed us into Corey. No brainwashing was done, bro. I've never had the thought. I've never thought about doing anything
The fuck was offensive?
like that to any type of child. Is wrong. And if I was in a different society, I'll be on the right side of history with these things. This is just objectively wrong. Now, Corey would somewhat save himself only to provide a caveat, okay? See, Corey Holcomb is about to say, oh, I would never do such a thing. I would never. But then Corey said, I would never be with somebody who I felt like their mind wasn't developed. But then Corey Holcomb found a workaround.
He talk about, oh, they been on here 15 years.
All right, to that issue. So right when you think he said something positive, just hold your thoughts, all right? We're going to show you what Corey Holcomb workaround to being able to be with kids is.
Hey!
Well, that doesn't make it okay. What the
We're
heck
not
are
saying
y'all
it's
talking
okay.
about?
I'm not saying it's okay.
Well, please clarify.
But a lot of these women are choosing.
I am clarifying. I'm saying in America, you are limited to think that you got to wait for a hoe to be 18.
A hoe, my nigga. A hoe. This is someone's child, bro, that still lives with their fucking parents. Even these hoes at 21 years old are still living with their parents. Behaving like children, bro. I know because I'm 25, nigga. And I got my own shit. And I be talking to these hoes, man. You know what I'm saying? I know. These hoes still be 21, 22, 23, living with their mama, bro. Going out to the bar every night, getting drunk, staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning. I was just with a shorty last night that's 21, bro. She's doing exactly what I'm telling y'all, bro. I'm like, yeah, this, what am I doing here? You know what I'm saying? But you calling them hoes, bro. That's just down bad, bro. That's down bad. And these are children living with their parents, bro.
Limited to think that you got to wait for a hoe to be 18.
You gotta wait for a hoe to be 18, bro. 18. Teen isn't even a grown age, bro. You're a teenager, a child.
For it to be something that's right in your mind. But do the research on these other countries and find out when grown can put grown hoes. You'll find out. See, me personally, I would never fuck with a bitch who mind ain't
Well,
developed.
that's why they have an age.
But wait, let me say this.
Okay.
Let me say this, D.
Do it.
If that's the case, then the age limit should be 25 because they say your brain don't stop developing, or your brain is fully developed at 25. It doesn't fully develop until you're 25. That's what they say. At least that's the common thing of what I've heard. Bro, so the stream is not lagging on y'all end, bro. Cause stop the cap. My shit is glitching. Stop the cap. Y'all capping.
Now, here's where you really about to see how sick Corey Holcomb is. Corey Holcomb says, I won't mess with no woman whose mind is not developed. But then Corey Holcomb found a workaround.
What's that, huh?
Corey Holcomb, from a lot of people's interpretation, what he's about to say next is him justifying and finding a workaround to how you could be with a 13, 14-year-old and have it be morally okay. That's a lot of people's interpretation of what he's about to say next. Corey Holcomb then says, well, their mind can be developed if you grow with them. So you get with a 5, 6, 7-year-old.
So if you groom them,
grow with them.
you
so
groom
13,
them.
14, well, their mind is not developed.
In other
Yeah, because you sat there and groomed them. It might be my phone because I just realized I wasn't on Wi-Fi, so it might be why. We'll see.
places of the world, you can grow with her. You can mold her mind or whatever y'all gonna
You can
do,
groom
and y'all
her.
ain't got the influence of whack United States. Because you understand, in the United States of America, a bitch will say you did something, and depending on who the bitch is, that's no.
I hear you on that
That
one.
shit happens everywhere.
But at the same time, the maturity factor, see, I think you like the fact that in those countries they can marry somebody like that because they don't know what they're doing. You just said that these girls
Who don't know what they're doing?
Those girls
He's literally saying groom them, bro. That's what grooming is.
that young, so the guy's gonna. You just said they can grow together. You already know what you're talking about. So that
Hey,
the guy
I know
can
some
mold
people.
her.
I know some people where the dude had to get permission to get married to the daughter,
Right.
And they are still together. It worked.
Yeah.
They get pulled in.
Somebody say I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is perfect. Hey, I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby you can have with somebody like that.
statistics,
I said
He say 13?
16-year-old girl is,
Still together. It worked.
Yeah.
They get pulled in.
somebody say I said a 15, 16-year-old girl
15,
is perfect.
16.
Hey, I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby.
Now it's barely lagging. It's lagging, bro. It's not barely lagging, dog. I think I know what it is, though, bro. It's because I got this vertical stream.
Baby,
He's saying that 15 and 16 is going to be your most healthiest baby, bro. How the fuck is that even true? When that's not even a 15 and 16-year-old isn't even fully developed physically, mentally. You know what I'm saying? Scientifically. They're just not. They're just not, bro. It's not even true, bro. So he talked about having the healthiest. That's literally they're opening themselves up to be premature, bro. Like having a premature baby, bro. Having a miscarriage. Let's just Google it, bro. But how do I even Google this? This is so weird. How do I even search for this? You know what I'm saying? What do I even type in to find this? Let's just say, let's see. I can't voice search it. Yeah, I can't hear. At what age is a woman would a woman have the healthiest baby? Between the ages of 20 and 35. A woman is likely to have the healthiest baby with the lowest risk of birth defects and pregnancy complications between the ages of 20 and 35. While the biological peak for fertility is in the late teens, 220s, many experts consider the ideal age to be late 20s to early 30s to balance health risk, immaturity, and stability. Corey liked that right there. I can hear him now yapping in defense. Cause that's just say late teens, nigga. Fuck out of here. But many experts consider the ideal age to be late 20s to early 30s. For the lowest risk of birth defects. So quit playing, bro. But he's talking about that's not late teens. That's mid-teens. He said 15 to 16, bro. That's mid-teens, bro. So if whatever Google is saying, right? If they're saying high teens, this nigga's talking about mid-teens though. So he's lowballing it. If anything, if he wants to make that defense. It's fucking sick, bro.
I said a 15, 16-year-old girl is a perfect, you can have the healthiest baby you can have with somebody like that.
That's a statistic,
I
man.
said that. If you know anything about human anatomy, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, so you're a scientist now. You're a doctor now.
I said, in America, if a girl is 18 or under 18, then it's drama. If you put a girl under 18 in America, it's drama.
I mean, a young.
The stream is definitely lagging. Y'all just bear with me, bro. I'm gonna try to close out this other software and hopefully that'll help.
When you grown, I don't think that helped the community, man. I'm just keeping it real. It's some shit somebody like to say. Once young girls are in high school and their bodies are developed a certain way, it look good.
Corey Holcomb just
it just gets worse. This nigga is running with this. This is what he's using as content. This is a talking point for him. To go on air and make the defense that young girls are soup for motherhood and you can groom them. And in other countries but America, you're allowed to groom them. And it's okay, but because we are brainwashed by the slave master, we think it's not okay. This guy
said with a straight face, you can have the healthiest baby with a woman who's 15 and 16 years old. That they produce you the healthiest baby. This is even lower than the last clip. The last clip, he said what 16, 17, 18. He has lowered it down to 15 and 16, which is just statistically wrong. This just wrong. But if we don't agree with it, now we don't know anatomy. What type of anatomy class have Corey Holcomb taken to where they told Corey Holcomb that a 15 or 16-year-old can produce him the healthiest baby? Sir, what? Excuse me? This is sick stuff, man. Sick. Sick stuff. But I'm not surprised that Corey Holcomb has said this at all. Because Corey Holcomb already proven what side of the fence he's on, man. The last time Corey Holcomb had a show after the first batch of these clips got released, the first PDF receipts released, Corey Holcomb came on his show and he said how we were all haters, we were envious, we were trying to tear him down, how we want to get him assassinated with the PDF allegations. And I'm like, hold on. Right? Hold on, man. Hold on. At what point do you say, hey, man, let me just come out and apologize, man. Let me just come out and disavow and denounce all the nasty things I said. If they were jokes, even though I didn't hear not one joke, I didn't hear a punchline. I heard you say things with a straight face. I heard you correct a fan. When a fan said, Corey, what are you talking?
And not once did we hear anybody around him laugh.
I heard you correct a fan and call him stupid and say he don't know anatomy if he doesn't believe that a 15 or 16-year-old girl can give you the healthiest baby out of any other age. You said that. But watch Corey play victim and call us haters and say we're trying to get him killed.
We ain't worried about them. They weren't never the problem. What it is, we have mass media trying to shut down the voice of Corey Holcomb in the 5150 show, and of course, the bloggers who are envious of what we do are going to join in. Ever since TMZ has gave a one-sided version of what happened, it then got to the point where even a man like me, who I don't walk around living in fear, but I fear for my life now because I see what has been said about me, and they are desperate to bring me down because the word pedophile has been thrown in the mix. And let me tell you something. This is deep. I am no pedophile.
Is that
I
right?
have never been accused of being a pedophile. I have never had charges of being a pedophile. This
Just
is
because you don't have charges don't mean that's just mean you ain't never been caught. That's all that mean.
something that's coming from the mass media, TMZ. Ever since they said what they said, I have been, they trying to get at me for real. Let me tell you something, what they do. Because they did this to Michael Jackson. They did this to Martin Luther King.
You're not them.
They did this to Malcolm X. They did this to so many people. When they ready to come get you, they assassinate your character so people don't look at you as a human being. They look at you as a villain. So they are using mass media now to come holler at your boy. This isn't little weak bloggers. Little weak bloggers have been talking crazy about me ever since I've been on air. But TMZ took a one-sided story of a woman who's addicted to drugs and quite dangerous.
A lot of people have been
TMZ hasn't said anything about the PDF, though. All they said was about Christina Payne, bro. You know, this dude is just, you know, them is just some sick comments, bro. You know, it's not comedy. No one thinks it's funny. Maybe his audience of 57-year-olds that still watch this nigga. Like, bro, what 57-year-old is watching this nigga, bro? If you're 57 years old and you're watching this nigga, man, like, bro, you're down bad, and we only assume that you're just a like to Corey Holcomb. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the reason why you watch him, because you know opposites, or not opposites, but you know what I'm saying? Great minds think alike, even though these aren't great minds. You know, these are sick minds. Sick minds think alike. You know, you got to be in the same type of shoes that Corey Holcomb is in if you're around this nigga's age and you're still watching him, bro. Like, I couldn't imagine my dad watching something like this, bro. And my dad is younger than him. You know, like tuning in to Corey Holcomb to talk about what what are you getting out of him? It's just so entertaining, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. We on the road to 100K, okay? If you want to hit that like button, subscribe button, and turn on all notifications, slap the dog shit about yourself, because that's the first thing you should have did when you clicked on this video. I'll get at you on the next one, and I'm gone. TYP the name.